All right. Hello. We're from the Wing Chun Kung Fu Academy again. I'm Andrew. I'm the Sifu, and this is Jake, one of our students. One of the things we've been getting in feedback from some of the videos that we've made is the structure of our Wing Chun. A lot of people don't seem to understand quite what that's about and why we do it. The first thing that people notice about our Wing Chun is our stance. So Jake is doing Yiji Kiming Ma at the moment. He's side on, but you should be able to, can you see his legs? Yeah. Pan down to his feet. You see that his legs, his knees rather, are fairly close together.
Face the camera.
Yeah, turn around and face the camera. His knees are pretty close together. He's sinking down. His hips are forwards. His back's straight, contrary to what people often think when they see you do the Yiji Kiming Ma like this. His resting arms are pulled up and his shoulders are rolled forwards and down. So rather than having your shoulder, can you see my shoulders? Rather than having them like this, we like to have our shoulders in here like so. And that's exactly what happens if you really pull your resting arm right up and learn to relax it. This is a big problem. It's very difficult to learn to relax your resting arms like this, and that's part of the point, because if you can learn to relax your resting arms while you're in this position, no matter what's coming at you, you'll be able to relax. Whereas if you just have them dangle down here, from our standards, you might feel relaxed when you're doing it. You don't get any of the benefit of the training in terms of strength and structure that you get from this one. And when you put under pressure, so let's say for example he's punched at me and I've blocked it, and I want to do something to that effect. Someone who's never learnt to relax under a great amount of strain, which this structure puts on you, when he gets to here, if I get a bit faster and more powerful than he can handle, Jake's done the training so he probably won't, but let's pretend you haven't, he's going to seize up and be rock hard. And he's going to be very easy to yank about. So that's one of the reasons why we structure the resting arms the way we do. A lot of people think that when you're doing the resting arms like that, doing your stance like that, you're actually slouching. If you're doing it with a slouch, you're doing it incorrectly. We don't slouch. You shouldn't slouch. A lot of people, when they first learn it, slouch because they see this and they think that means sticking your head out. They may not actually consciously realise it, but they tend to slouch. You're meant to have straight back, shoulders roll forwards and down. And what this does is it helps you close up your center line through the middle, particularly with the elbows. We don't want to be moving our body like so to close the elbows up. We want to be able to keep the elbows in without compromising structure through the stance. And that happens to varying degrees. Jake's got very good center line. Show off your center line. You can brag about it. I don't. Mine's not particularly good. But it's better than what it was when I first started training, because it does get better with time. And it's related directly to what you're doing up here with your shoulders. Other thing we need to have with the Yiji Kiming Ma, if you can drop into it there, hips forwards. There seems to be a lot of people saying you should have your hips forward, you shouldn't have them forward, you should have them just forward enough while you're very relaxed, you should lock them forwards, you should have them sticking back. From our point of view, like with the shoulders, you drive them forwards hard, lock them in there, and for a very long time it'll be tense, too tense to do anything with it. But the strength training you get, because you get a massive amount of strength training through the core from this, and as you learn to relax it, see, I've done it for going on 20 years now, and I've done the traditional foundation training, and I can do them nice and relaxed and have them locked forwards. How long have you been doing it for?
Since 2008.
Yeah, so, and you've done the traditional stuff with me, so you'd be getting to a point where you can keep them locked forwards and relaxed. So this is the structure with the stance. And going back to the sinking down, what we show in our videos, even though I've learned both the Yip Man style and the what we call Guangzhou Wing Chun, which comes from my Sifu was Sun Nung's disciple. I learned that from my Sifu as well. In the class, like my Sifu, we only teach the Hong Kong style of Wing Chun. But our Hong Kong style looks a little bit different to what a lot of people are doing. Most people doing Hong Kong Wing Chun will go something to this effect with their stance, whereas ours is sunk right down. My Sifu had the benefit of having seen a great deal more of Yip Man's Wing Chun than what is prevalent in Hong Kong. My Sifu's been to, well, he was Siegmund's disciple, so he spent a lot of time in mainland China. And he also went around and checked out a lot of other Wing Chun there as well. And so when Sifu put together the Wing Chun he was teaching in the class, he made some modifications to the stuff he learned as the Yip Man style that he learned from Yip Chun, and reintroduced the low stance to it. So if you ever see some of the stuff, Yip Man stuff from Fat San, you'll notice that they have a low stance, and in fact Yip Man was quite famous for how low he could sink and how long he could hold it for. And there's some good reasons why a low stance is good. It's harder in the harder in the short term. It takes more training. You have to be very careful with it. If you just went and did it like a silly person and just like I did in the beginning, you'll probably hurt yourself. I came to Wing Chun with a really bad knee injury. In fact, I had my left knee snapped almost to a right angle by a cow. I got kicked in the knee, and I could hardly get past a jog by the time I was 18 because of it. After doing Wing Chun like this, my knees are now as strong as they probably ever were. Likewise, I've got a very bad back injury that I got from training horses, and I got thrown from horses plenty of times and rode in a rodeo, which was really stupid and hurt my back again. And just recently, about 4 years ago, I hurt it when I got back from living overseas. I hadn't seen my girlfriend for a long time, and I picked her up and hurt my back. Well, it wasn't quite as straightforward as picking her up. It's rather embarrassing. I'm not going to go. Nothing seamy. I just did something really silly and picked her up and hurt my back.
Just cut that out.
But anyway, even with some fairly nasty injuries, I could still learn to do this stance. And when I first started doing it, with my knee injuries, I pushed it harder than I should. Typically the muscles get really strong really quick, and they get beyond what the joints can handle. And you push it too hard, you'll hurt your joints. That's why when you're being taught, your Sifu, like mine did, would come around and say, if you're feeling any discomfort in the knees, don't keep pushing it, you've got to let your joints catch up to the muscles. I went, being a 20-year-old or something, no way, I'm invincible, as most 20-year-olds think they are, and hurt my knees. Well, I came away from it, listened to what my Sifu was actually telling me, and did it properly the next time around, and now my knees are fine. This kind of training, done properly, takes longer, but it won't cause you any problems as long as you learn it from someone who's actually done it. So that's the structure of our stance.